Hi guys, how are you doing? It's Elaine, Bintz, certified health coach and personal trainer, and we are on day 19 of our 30-day health challenge in the year 2022. I hope everybody is having a great week, and I hope your new year is started on a great foot. So today's topic is strength ratios, and we're talking about the hip. So this is part of a series of videos. So we've already gone over the shoulder, the elbow, and the lumbar spine. So this is the fourth video in a series of 6 videos. So if you haven't had a chance to check out the first videos, the shoulder, the elbow, and the lumbar spine, the first 3 videos, we're kind of going down the kinetic chain. We're also going to go over the knees and then the ankles. So strength ratios, just to recap. So we have a particular amount of strength in a joint. So like today we're talking about the hips. So we have hip flexion, which is using more muscles like the iliopsoas, the abdominals, tensor fasciae lata at the top or the anterior portion of the hip. And then we have what's called extension, which is like pushing back, glutes, hamstrings, a little bit of low back, a little bit of erector spinae. So the hip joint itself is actually a very complex joint. So I work with several clients who have had hip replacement, and then just talking to them about their therapy and what they've done in order to regain strength. It's really interesting how important it is in everyday life to have a 1-to-1 strength ratio in flexion and extension. And if you've noticed a theme with these videos, actually the information that I learned, I've been practicing personal training and health coaching for 21 years. I have noticed that a lot of people, they lack extension. So I've actually noticed this again with the hip, is that I see a lot of people are much stronger with flexion, doing like a crunch or a motion where they're bringing the knee up, but they're maybe not as strong in extension in putting your leg back, maybe doing like a backward lunge. And that could be just a result of everyday living, sitting, driving, things like that. We put the hip in flexion. So one of the things I've actually noticed with a lot of my clients is they need a stretch. They need to stretch the hip flexors. So depending on what your career is and what your everyday lifestyle is like, you might not have a imbalance in muscular strength, but you just might have a shortening of the muscles, which is kind of disguised as an imbalance in strength, but one area is tighter than the other. And what is very common, I notice people who have more of a curve in their low back tend to have tighter hip flexors. And there's assessments your personal trainer or your coach can do with you, like the Thomas test. If they have like an athletic trainer or a massage table handy, they can check and see what your tightness in your hip flexors are at a relaxed state. So if you are doing motions, so say for example you're at the gym and there's a bar that you can lift up for hip flexion. I don't have it here in my space. And then there's like a sled that you put your foot against and you push it back. You would want to lift the same amount of weight. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you're lifting 30 pounds here, you'd want to be able to push 30 pounds back. So again, you'll notice there's kind of a theme. Not every joint, not all of the joints. The shoulder was an example of a joint that is not a 1-to-1 ratio. But yes, for the elbow and then the lumbar spine and then the hip, you do have a 1-to-1 ratio. So again, my name is Elaine Bintz, health coach, personal trainer. I hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.